for Pearl Harbor Eastern Passage.
Mr. Speaker, as everybody knows, because I've said it in the legislature every chance I get, that I represent Cole Harbour Eastern Passage, the only constituency in Nova Scotia without a single family doctor. On October 29, 2019, I tabled a petition on behalf of 1,249 constituents calling on this government to commit to funding a community collaborative health centre. Can the Minister of Health tell me if he's finally going to recognize the urgent need in my community for a family doctor and to commit to my constituents in the 2020 budget that will be released next week that there will be an announcement for a collaborative health centre for my community?
The Honourable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the member for the question. I think it's great to see the member recognize the value of the important initiatives that we focused on over the last number of years, including the building of new collaborative practices and the expansion of others, Mr. Speaker, throughout the province. Recognizing, Mr. Speaker, from the party opposite, finally, that the investments that we're making are important in delivering stronger primary health care, Mr. Speaker. It'd be great for them to recognize the success that initiatives like this have had in attaching more Nova Scotians to family practice providers, which we see, Mr. Speaker, in the data that shows clearly that 20% fewer Nova Scotians are looking for a family practice today than they were about a year ago.
The Honourable Member for Pearl Harbor Eastern Passage.
Mr. Speaker, I think I need hearing aids because I didn't hear any answer to the question and it wasn't relevant in any way to what I asked. So I'm going to redirect the question to the Minister of Communities, Culture and Heritage. My constituency has had 8 suicides in less than 7 months, 3 of which affected my constituency assistant. We have no mental health services in my community. We don't have any community services in my community. So I'm going to ask the Minister of Communities, Culture and Heritage why my community, which no longer trusted this government to bring a family doctor, applied for the $10,000 grant to help us recruit a family physician. We got turned down on that grant. So even my community can't get help from the government in order to get a family doctor. So can the Minister of Communities, Culture and Heritage tell me why my community, with the only one without a family doctor, got turned down for a grant for us to help ourselves get us a family doctor?
The Honourable Minister of Communities, Culture and Heritage.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the member for the question. And it's a program at CCH that has helped a number of communities across the province. In fact, we'll have further announcements in the next couple of weeks. There's obviously criteria that have to be met. And if the member would see me after the question period today, I'll put her in touch with one of our staff that will help with her next application.
The Honourable Member for Victoria the Lakes.